Sup guys, it's me, Marcus, and I'm here to talk about the Captain Marvel film. Now when this film was coming out, there was all this controversy, fear of the trailers, and I personally had no dog in this fight. I didn't know much about Captain Marvel, and I've only seen Brie Larson and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and she was cool on that. So I went in completely open-minded, and I liked it. I mean, it was like a space-born identity shot like Memento with the 90s soundtrack. It was fun. So here are 5 things, in no particular order, that I liked about Captain Marvel. Mild spoilers ahead. Number 1, the Skrulls. I liked the whole vibe of the Skrulls. They have this quirky edginess to them. I like that they can take the appearance of anyone they see and touch, like the T-1000 in Terminator. I like that some of their transformations didn't quite blend in, like turning into an old lady, or a surfer walking around Blockbuster Video, or a middle-aged man hopping off a train. Like, they're blending in, but they're not quite blending in. Knowing that the enemy could be anyone gave a fun, suspenseful vibe for this film. One of my favorite parts of Game of Thrones Season 6 is when Arya's walking around the city with this massive gut wound, but can't trust anyone because any one of them could be a faceless man. Or at the end of John Wick Chapter 2 when he's walking around that park, but can't trust anyone because any one of them could be an assassin out to kill him. What can I say? I love the whole "they look just like everyone" trope. And about halfway through the movie, we get a plot twist with the Skrulls. You know, it's only until this movie that I realized that most of the MCU films, they tend to have a dramatic plot twist. Number 2, young Nick Fury. This is probably the most screen time Nick Fury has had in these movies, and since this is a younger version, he's a little more energetic, a little less weary. The chemistry with him and Captain Marvel is great. Like 90% of the other MCU heroes, Captain Marvel is also a snarky troll. She's kinda like if Jim Halpert had superpowers, right down to the smirking at the camera. With Captain Marvel being a snarky troll, and Nick Fury at this stage in his life being a snarky troll, you get these constant, wonderful back and forths between the two of them. Their chemistry is awesome. Number 3, the 90s references. Were they a little excessive? Sure. Was it enough to bother me? No. You know, with Guardians of the Galaxy having a 60s, 70s style of music, and Thor Ragnarok having an 80s style vibe, and now with Captain Marvel being in the 90s, does that mean when we get the 2000s style Marvel film, will everything be auto-tuned? Will there be a fight scene with Little John playing in the background? Number 4, the cosmic tone. One thing that I really appreciate about the MCU is that all of their films that take place in space, they each have their own unique style and vibe to them. Captain Marvel's in particular kinda has a Halo meets Star Trek '09 type of vibe to it. I mean, the Skrulls kinda look like Krull from Star Trek Beyond. Hey, you know what? This is actually the 10th anniversary of Star Trek '09. Happy anniversary, Star Trek! Which brings me to number 5, the Stan Lee tribute. One of the things we expect in these Marvel films are the Stan Lee cameos. And for Marvel to take those cameos to make their own tribute to Stan Lee, it was a very thoughtful gesture. And that's the 5 things I liked about Captain Marvel. So what were 5 things that you liked about the movie? What are 5 things you didn't like about the movie? Let me know in the comments. You know what? I actually had a lot of fun doing this. I think before Avengers Endgame, I might do my top 5 things for all the other Marvel movies.
All of them?
All of them. So, until next time, stay frosty.